Hey guys, this is part 2 of all my DVDs and movies. I'll go ahead and get started. I Am Legend. I never saw this in theaters, but I heard it was a good movie and I bought it. It's pretty good. A lot different than the graphic novel it was based on. It follows the gist of that, but I really like the post-apocalyptic New York that was created here. Pretty cool. The ending to me feels kind of rushed, but, it's still a pretty good movie. They're kind of zombies. It's hard to say. They're just infected people. But, they think they come up with, I believe it's I think they come up with a cure for cancer, but it just really just F's people up instead, and they become violent, and he thinks he's the last man alive in New York, maybe the last man alive in the world, and he's got a blood immunity, and he doesn't know why, but he's a military virologist, and he's testing to try to find a cure, and, it goes from there, but, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. If you haven't seen it, Will Smith makes some decent sci-fi movies, so check it out. Diary of the Dead. I am not a huge fan of this. I appreciate what George A. Romero has done in essentially creating the zombie movie genre and just zombies. But this is, it's filmed kind of like with a shaky cam in the vein of like a Cloverfield or Blair Witch Project. And it's okay. It has its moments. I mean, I got it for $5, so I'm not too upset about it, but it's just okay. If you can get it for that price, get it. But even then, only if you're a huge fan of George A. Romero. District 9, a really hyped sci-fi movie that I rather enjoyed. I don't see too many movies in theaters. I'm usually just okay with just buying it on DVD based on a few opinions of a few people I trust and just, hearsay reviews and stuff. Peter Jackson and this guy, Neil Blomkamp, they know how to make a good movie. Neil Blomkamp was originally working on the Halo movie, but when that got, stuck in production hell and put on the back burner, and I don't even know who owns it anymore, whether it was Fox or Universal or somebody, but Microsoft decided no, but he knows how to do his shit, and, what's the actor's name? I'm sure it's on the back here. It's gonna bother me if I don't find it. Well, I do not know. But the main actor, his character's name is Vickis Vandermerwe, and it's in South Africa, and it's not an alien invasion movie. The aliens came, and they were in a bad shape, and they basically been quarantined. It's kind of a commentary on apartheid and that kind of stuff, but it's really cool. I think it was really cool. It's got some very nice computer animated aliens. The main character, Vickis, he's kind of annoying. He makes the role of he's a glorified desk jockey, and he's not that. He doesn't have too many admirable traits, so it makes it hard to root for him at times because he's kind of a coward and a little bit bitchy. But it's a good movie. Good action, good plot. I mean, just check it out. The main character I thought was a little irritating, but other than that, it was a good movie. Watchmen. I have not read the graphic novel, although I will get around to it eventually. This, I will say though, I enjoy it as a superhero movie. It's not even really superheroes, technically, except for Naked Blue Man here. His name escapes me right now, which is really bad. Dr. Manhattan. It's not like a whole lot of other super movies. I mean, it's kind of slow, maybe a little bit kind of plotting, but it's rich with backstory, and it's kind of just an interesting kind of alternate universe. There's a lot of explaining that goes on, but I really enjoyed it. It's not for everyone, and it's not as action-packed as probably some people would like, but you know, if you kind of like that alternate reality, it's Soviet era, I don't know, I feel like if you're a fan of superhero movies, do check it out. I thought it was a good watch. It's not for everybody, though. Tommy Boy. I love Chris Farley. I think it's a damn shame that he's dead. He would still be funny to this day, and he still is in his old movies, but I don't really know whether I like this or Beverly Hills Ninja more. Probably this, but this is a great movie if you're a fan of Chris Farley. And, you know, David Spade's actually pretty funny in here, which isn't something you can say in all of his movies that he appears in. So, you know, it's just a very quotable movie, very funny. Check it out. Leonardo DiCaprio and Shutter Island. I also got this for Christmas. Still haven't watched it yet. I promise I will get to it. I've heard good things. It's screw with your head. It's very weird, I guess. Or a stunning masterpiece that requires and demands multiple viewings. But I don't know about that. We'll see. Talladega Nights, something I also got for Christmas. You know, it's kind of funny. I'm not a huge fan of Will Ferrell. Anchorman's funny. Elf's funny. I never saw Step Brothers. I have not seen The Other Guys. So, with that said, there's some kind of funny moments in this, but, you know, it's just, I got it as a gift. It's not a great movie. It's just kind of okay. Some people might think it's hilarious. It's just not really my thing. Daybreakers. I also got this one for Christmas, and I did watch this. I liked this movie. This one was very cool, I thought. It's kind of like it's in a future where the majority of the world are vampires, and it's not like a post-apocalyptic thing where the world's in ruins and it's just the human survivors. It's an interesting take on this in that the vampires are, you know, they kind of have essentially tried to hold on to their humanity. They just dictate how society works. Cars are manufactured so that they can drive in the daylight. Like they have tunnels that you can walk around the city at night. And basically humans are captured and like harvested for their blood. So it's kind of not looking good for them. But the main character here, played by Ethan Hawke, he's trying to create a blood substitute, and he runs into like a human resistance that supposedly has a cure, and it develops from there. The only part of this movie I didn't really like was the actual cure that's given. I won't ruin it for anybody. I thought it was kind of stupid. I don't know. That was like the only part of the movie that I was just kind of like, well, that was dumb. But it's pretty gory at times, but it was a cool movie. I recommend checking it out. It's kind of cheap now, too, I think, even though it just came out this year, I believe. Yeah, 2010. So check this out if you're into kind of vampire movies, kind of action movies. I don't really know what else to compare it to, but it's a good movie. Top Secret. Also got this one for Christmas. I mentioned this in another video before. From the guys who made Airplane. Kind of a spoof of war movies and Elvis movies. Some cheesy moments with some terrible, terrible spoofs of Elvis songs, but a good spoof of a Beach Boys song in the very opening credits. I'm trying to remember. It's a good movie. There is, as in, I think they try to get in almost all these guys' movies. These guys who made Airplane, a pair of breasts, and I believe it's just a picture, though. No live breasts. PG movie, but you know, this was made in 1984. Well, I guess they weren't as stringent on ratings, but there's some funny moments in this. If you're into this kind of humor, this is really great. Spoof stuff is fantastic. And yeah, that one's gonna be it. This is probably gonna be several parts now that I think of it. Well, stay tuned for part 3.